He provides enough for your needs and not for your greed. We have a lot of aspirations. Growing up, we are taught that you are considered as successful or a great person if you have this, this, and this. A great person is able to get anything that he wants of material nature, and that's how we define greatness. And hearing this from the society and the people around us, we indoctrinate all these values or all these suggestions that are given to us, or we see people following such ludicrous lifestyles where anything and everything that they do is devoted towards some kind of an ascension where the person can head towards more and more consumption. That is sort of a motivating factor, and the ones who give these kinds of inspirations or motivations have themselves been lacking that sort of an inquisition as to ask themselves, and they also lack that kind of an honesty to see in their own lives whether achieving this or going towards this crazy rat race or anything you can call it as a lunge towards consumption, greed, has this really benefited themselves, like the person who are trying to tell this to pursue this kind of a lifestyle, has it really benefited them too? Has this quest made them a better person? Do they see the real peace or fulfillment in their lives? Has the $10,000 watch on your hand brought you real joy which is fulfilling and which has stayed with you for a long time? Or is it all something like a pursuit of a very fleeting thing, something which you go towards, you feel fine for, or you feel overjoyed for a stipulated period of time, but after that it all amounts to nothing, and it just increases your inner dread as to, okay, I achieved this, what next, what next, what next? And you don't even stand to question what you have really satisfied within yourself from this wild chase. Have you become a better person? Did you learn more, not just about the world, but through the pursuit of the world, have you really learned more about yourself? Has this telescope or the spectacles that we look through towards the world, have you been able to achieve any kind of an introspection through it? If you have, then it's great, and maybe you need to pursue what you have been pursuing. But I'm sure the things that you got to know more about yourself by the pursuit of which are not the ones of this nature. It is usually through service, through something or a following of something. Maybe you can call it real love, maybe you can call it the truth. It is really through the pursuit of these higher values that we come to achieve something which makes you question, which brings forth things in front of you like a mirror, which makes you stand nude completely in front of yourself so that you are able to see your own shallow desires. And if there have not been enough times in your life where you have been confronted by this realization, you, my friend, have not really lived. You have just blindly walked in a slumber, in a state of zombie-like consciousness, where you have tried to just achieve what the society has projected upon you. This blind lust for power, money, passion fulfillment has made you hollow from within. It has really not contributed anything to your growth, rather, it has made you a hollow, a fake person. Maybe you will stop acting after you die, because this also is a habit. When a person does not achieve things which are really valuable, it brings to them a great sense of hollowness, and that hollowness makes you consume even more. You are never satisfied with what you have. Even when we talked about what our needs are, that this world has enough for a person's needs, but not enough for even a single person's greed. This has been paraphrased by a quote by Mahatma Gandhi. What made him say this? What was the incision of thought or his observation of looking at life or people from various walks of life, from maybe the richest to the poorest of the poor, when he traveled through the villages of India? What is it that made him ponder and reflect over it and be able to make such a statement? Even in the religious path of Sanatan Dharma, it is said that a person having lived his life more accurately, we can talk about it in terms of when a person, after his initial stages of living as a person in the society, what they usually go to is the stage of Sanyas. And this is a stage where a person embraces minimalism, he embraces the path of truth, he tries to explore or tries to know himself, his own consciousness, devote himself to God. This is not something which has to be left to or be restricted to the scriptures. We need to look at it as to what is the path for today's life. Where does this reasoning lead you towards in our modern times? Is it leading you to question what you are doing? A person who is questioning, who is currently or continuously seeking out his truth, who is able to discern what is required, what is necessary, what is accumulated, what is excessive, and what needs to be not giving him any kind of a satisfaction or trupti, needs to see that the things which are just latching onto him are just making his path tough by acting as an excessive burden on his or her shoulders. And this is said about anything and everything. When a person takes sannyas, he tries to accept that the things that he has accumulated, he or she is not the things. Rather, those things are tools towards the expansion of consciousness. A person who is able to understand that in the modern times is able to see things for what they are, go towards a sense of minimalism, a sense of exploration, a sense of neti neti, and continue with the same process that we talked about. And that is what real sannyas is. And it's not necessary to come of a certain age to embrace, to live intelligently basically. A person can start living intelligently at any age, see what is right, what is wrong, what is serving him or her, what is stopping him or her, and take conscious choices. And this does lead one towards minimalism, towards seeing what is serving them, and by serving what they can be able to explore, they can be able to see life through a bigger lens and not just be restricted to the spectacles and lenses that the society or your parents make you look at the world through. I hope you are able to achieve that vision. Thanks.